I'm the best in the world.
What I'd like to have right now.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Because I was right when I was cool.
Are you ready?
It doesn't matter!
Oh, I said, are you ready?
I'm a sexy beast, baby!
I was up all night.
And I'm
For life.
Welcome, everyone, to the For Life podcast, making yet another triumphant return. I, of course, am one of your co-hosts here, Cheyenne, at Ravishing Jones, Gigolo Cheyenne Del Rey, alongside with my man, Big Van Bosch Tista, and lots to talk about this week, Bosch.
Well, we have 2 weeks to catch up on.
Yeah, 2 weeks to catch up on, and to be honest with you, I just want to talk about all the dirt first.
All right.
So I'm gonna first. This is kind of dirt oriented. The Warrior tribute. What did you think?
I thought it was great, especially the documentary that they put together, considering that they put it together in less than a week, shot
Yeah.
those interviews. I mean, I know they already had all the footage from Mania weekend, but
Right.
just to shoot those interviews and put it together in such a short span of time, I thought it was really, really well done. Probably one of their better documentaries.
Yeah, considering like you mentioned, like, it was done in such a short time. The Warrior documentary is like really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick mention to you. Do you remember the bald guy that was talking to Warrior in the WWE offices? That was the lawyer that I mentioned. That was
Okay.
working the NXT line.
Oh, cool.
The one that says to Warrior, you know, you're such an iconic guy. We have this for you and that for you.
Mm-hmm.
That guy in the. But it was a really great piece of work. I actually didn't get to see the Legends of Wrestling.
I saw it. It was pretty much
A
a lot of the
started
same
it.
things that were discussed in the documentary.
Yeah, I started it, but because of the format, I didn't really like it. I
Yeah.
felt like there was too many. Oh, let's take a look at this, and
Yeah.
it made me fall asleep. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it. It was a lot of the stuff that was discussed in the documentary, and it was more like a chance to get DiBiase out there to like kind of
Make men's, I guess,
Yeah.
with the Warrior world. Pretty cool seeing some other guy. Steve Borden was on there a couple times. You know
Yeah.
who that is? Yeah. He was on there for the initial Warrior tribute that I told you. I was watching it. You weren't, right?
I wasn't watching that one live,
Yeah,
but that one,
But it was the matches DVD. That is essentially what it was, which is why when I first text you,
yeah,
I said, fuck WWE, all they're doing is showing the DVD, and then they were mixing it with messages.
yeah,
But then when the Sting message came on, that made amends. Sting was a nice, quick message, and you could tell it was like through Skype or something like
Yeah,
that.
but the one-
Ricky Steamboat's was really good.
but the one for the documentary, you can tell it was professionally shot. The
Yeah.
footage of Sting.
Yeah, that was definitely shot at his house or something like that.
Yeah.
That was a pro shoot. But overall, the Warrior tribute was good. Do I have a beef with the Warrior tribute? Yes, I do. Do you? The question that will lead to this is: do you believe that had Warrior not made amends with WWE and he passed away on his own, he would have gotten the same tribute?
No.
Do you think Randy Savage was deserving of a similar tribute? Because all Randy Savage
definitely.
got was a video package, even though Vince McMahon's article that he wrote for Time Magazine, because Time Magazine covered Randy Savage's death.
Yeah.
Randy Savage was a national to me. He was one of those guys, kind of like Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was a cross.
Even before I got into wrestling, the two names I knew were
Yeah.
Hogan and Macho Man.
You know, he was like that cross media, name, and Vince did do a really nice article for Time Magazine because Time Magazine covered it.
I think just
Just Savage got the video tribute, and Lanny Poffo was very vocal that WWE really didn't reach out to him around that time.
do you think had he not passed away, he would have eventually come to good terms with WWE?
It looked like it.
like Bruno
he just
and
did the
Warrior?
video game deal with All Stars, and I said this recently. He just did the video game with All Stars.
Yeah.
He just did the deal with Mattel. They were all outside deals.
Yeah.
But it did look like he was starting.
Well, that's
to
how
come
it started
around,
with Warrior.
So
Do you think? I mean, Triple H is responsible for bringing Bruno in and Warrior. All these guys that were at odds with Vince, Triple H has been the one to reach out to them and get them in. Do you think?
I think had Warrior not passed away, Savage would have been after Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me. Had Savage not passed away,
Yeah.
Savage would have been after Bruno. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, Bruno was the bigger fish to fry
Mhm.
out of all three of those guys.
Yeah.
So,
But I think they would have focused on Macho and then Warrior.
yeah.
Had he not
And just
passed.
real quick, I didn't. The only thing that I didn't like about the Warrior deal, the initial one, the documentary, was the Hogan thing.
Uh-huh.
And Triple H even said it he was like,
oh, when they saw each other.
yeah, you could tell that wasn't the conversation that either one of them wanted to have. And, Hogan was saying
it was awkward.
Yeah, and Hogan said to Warrior like 4 times, "I love you, brother," and Warrior wasn't saying it back. And Triple H was there like, yeah, well, cameras were there, so they didn't get to talk the way they wanted to talk.
Yeah.
So, overall, it was a great tribute. It just kind of, and I think my buddy Tony Fatu brought it up on Facebook, and that's what made me want to bring this up. And we talked about it on the ride over to Ace. It was great, but for me, as a bigger Randy Savage fan,
yeah,
I just was not initially, but at the end of the next day, I was kind of. I
think also the fact that
Randy would have had
they have the format now to do that, like the network.
Right.
That's also a big. I mean, 3 years ago they didn't have a network to. Hey, let's do 1 week. All right, we're gonna do Macho's best matches tonight, and then tomorrow we'll do a Mania rewind on him and Hogan.
Right.
For Mania 5, and then we'll do a nice documentary of his last weekend. Like, I think it was just a matter of timing.
Yeah, I do think that the next McFarlane toy, if it's not a current superstar, like The Undertaker's was the first one, and now they're coming out with Randy Savage in August. I'm sure the second or third one will be Warrior. And I'm just calling either the WrestleMania 6 or the USA Rumble attire. That's my call for that action figure.
WrestleMania 6?
Either the WrestleMania 6 with the paint on the chest or the USA outfit from Rumble 91.
I'm guessing they might use the WrestleMania 6.
Yeah, they got tons of stuff.
And then throw the 2 belts on there.
That's actually a good point.
Holding up the 2 belts.
Yeah, that's a good point. But we don't, that all depends. I'm just guessing.
Those are like the $200 figures.
Yeah. And then the big thing at Mania was they had the Macho Man one on display, and everyone wanted to buy it.
Who do you think will be the next life-size statue they make? Because I know they have Andre and Bruno. I'm guessing Hogan will be the next statue.
It's got to be Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan or Vince Sr.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince Sr. or Hogan. But yeah, Hogan is
definitely
that's my pick.
Yeah.
Whatever their Mount Rushmore is in their corporate heads. All right, I gotta just talk about Mick Foley, who everyone knows I love. So
how can you not?
How can you not? Mick Foley apparently doesn't want to sign a new WWE Legends deal because he's not happy about the payoff that he's received or not received for the last 2 WWE video games.
I mean, did he want to get paid triple for all 3 characters?
I guess so. I guess so. And to be honest with you, in one of his Facebook blogs, he said that he did voiceover work, which I did not know. When you play the Attitude Era mode in WWE 13, to me at least, it sounded like they took it from Raw. I didn't think he did the voiceover work for it. But I just think that's kind of petty for him not to want to re-sign, because Foley's used pretty well out of all the Legends. It's not like back in like that 05, 06 era where Legends were used all the time, especially him. But he's used
I think also he has a lot of his own side thing, like the comedy and all that.
But WWE's not stopping him from doing that. He's still doing the stand-up.
I know when I went to Caroline's, WWE was there filming it.
Yeah. So I just don't get his beef. Like, that's what it is, because you don't like them. Also, remember the last 2 games coming off of THQ's payoff. Paul Heyman in the Austin podcast revealed that
those are great, by the way, those 2 podcasts.
Either for the one that just came out or the one before, WWE received no money from those games. One of the 2. So it's like, you knew the company went bankrupt. The next payoff should be just fine, because 2K Sports now runs the next game. And apparently there's tons of rumors out for the game, but that's a separate conversation for a separate day. So yeah, what do you think about the Foley thing?
I mean, Foley, like, I guess
I feel like he is gonna burn that fucking bridge down again, as if he hasn't already before. I just feel like he's just burning that WWE bridge.
I feel like ever since the Rumble, he's kind of been a little off.
And he's got heat for the Rumble stuff, which didn't surprise me at all.
Obviously.
And I got to see his documentary on the network. He makes it seem like him and Vince were pretty cool, and he just kept fucking it up. So I don't know. That kind of upset me.
Yeah.
I don't know. The next thing I got to bring up, the greatest reality show of all time, Legends House.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Total Divas.
Oh, no. I cannot get enough of Legends House. I wish I could.
I know you mentioned the bromance. What's in your opinion, what's cuter? Duggan and Piper's bromance or Austin and Rock's handshake at Mania?
Oh, Duggan and Piper. Wait, Duggan and Piper made me want to adopt them. They're so cute together.
I never thought I would hear that.
I'm just saying, man. I just love that show.
Yeah.
I'm like fiending to see why Mean Gene is crying. I've said that
It's
to
cheesy,
you.
but I love it. That's the point.
Yeah. And I just want to say, and I think I mentioned this to you, or no, I actually mentioned this to Jamal Jackson. I want to book Jimmy Hart versus Ashley at Extreme Rules Taipei Deathmatch because Jimmy Hart hates Ashley.
I think Mean Gene will interfere, though. He loves Ashley.
I don't know what it is, but Jimmy Hart hates Ashley. I don't know why he has so much heat on her. He's a, hi, Ashley. Look, everyone. It's Ashley.
Mean Gene's like, oh, Ashley.
Oh, Ashley's here. Yeah. So I've enjoyed the show so far. You?
I love it.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. I just want Vince to come in there one day and just regular.
If they were to do a season 2, which do you think they are?
I think that's like
Yeah.
a no-brainer.
I mean, it's crazy to think that this was shot like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, the rumor is that Hogan was going to be on there for the second one, and then Warrior was supposed to be in there too.
Ooh.
Exactly. And now here we are. Honestly, for the next one, I think we're going to get Hogan, and I don't want to make any guesses, but I will say that I don't want to see Hogan and his buddies, because then it won't be like this. There won't
Like
be any conflicts.
Hogan, Beefcake.
Yeah, like, Hogan,
Knobs.
Beefcake, and the Nasty Boys in a house. That's a weekend
Nah.
for fucking them. So, I don't know. I mean, Hogan is...
Get
probably-
Valentine in there. Greg Valentine.
Oh, yeah.
Honky.
Hogan, Honky, and Valentine would be good for the house.
I would like to see Honky in there.
I'm calling Flair for season 3 or 4 as, like, the one guy, because Piper's the main guy for this one.
Oh, yeah.
How about Piper being a little
Off?
off in these last two?
I don't know.
In the last one where he punches the pool and then he just floats back,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Hot Rod. I don't know why it took them so long to come out with Takeout, by the way. I'm just saying. I don't know what happened, but this Tony Atlas, Jim Duggan thing,
Yeah.
it's great. I want to book him for Extreme Rules, too. But I've enjoyed it so far. I guess I'm just trying to pick out the biggest things, everything I have listed. Oh, this should be fun, real quick. So, rumor has it that Hulk Hogan was supposed to be in Expendables 3, which
Okay.
comes out this summer, I think in July. I'll be there opening day if you want to get an autograph. But he's apparently going to be in Expendables 4! As what? I don't know! As like Super Mr. Nanny. I don't know. So I just want to bring up for comedic purposes, if you were to
Yeah.
book a WWE Expendables, a team of, I guess, good guys and bad guys, because in the next one, Mel Gibson's the leader.
Yeah,
And
or
I
the bad
think
guy.
He has Harrison Ford on his team. But anyway, yeah, so if you were to put the Expendables of WWE and a team of, like, it could be, like, uneven. It could be, like, 8 good guys and 4 bad guys.
Okay.
So your Expendables of WWE.
Good guys, I would say maybe Austin, Rock. Taker.
Okay.
Maybe Brett.
Okay, is he on the good side or the bad side?
Good side.
Oh, of course.
I think the bad side would be the Click and Brock.
And Heyman is the financial backer. Yeah. Yep, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I would pay money to see X-Pac as in a martial arts scene with whoever you pick as the kung fu guy
Yeah.
on the good guys team.
Maybe throw Sting on that
yeah.
team,
Why
on the good
not?
team, and Hogan.
Oh, and then of course in the main
Warrior.
fight scenes, things that come down from a helicopter, right?
Yep.
I know that I don't know why, but when I picked like the older guys, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, Piper's the main fucking bad guy on my team in the next one. But I thought it'd be a little fun, quick discussion. Just a quick plug. This book is getting a lot of publicity, and I'm considering purchasing it. Mick Foley's even talked about it because we all know how much I love him. The WrestleMania era, the Book of Sports Entertainment. Have you heard about this book?
By who? Is
I-
it a WWE book?
No, it's a non-WWE book. I can't remember the author right now, but
Okay.
it's been getting a lot of reviews and a lot of publicity. Kind of,
I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, it's been getting some play, especially on like dirt sheets and IWC. And I know it's on Amazon, and it's only like $10.
Okay.
But this book is apparently phenomenal. So I'm just putting that out there. So the WrestleMania era, the Book of Sports Entertainment. If you guys want to write an email, tell us how great it is or how great it's not. But I'm considering getting it, and it, from what I do know, it chronicalizes not just every single WrestleMania in order.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, it only goes up to WrestleMania 29,
Okay.
but the events leading up to and after.
All right.
And I actually got to read some of it because somebody put it on a dirt sheet. The WrestleMania 6 chapter. So that was that was pretty cool. So if you want to check that book out, to our listeners or to ourselves.
The WrestleMania era book
The
of
WrestleMania
sports
era,
entertainment.
the Book of Sports Entertainment, and I think the cover is the WrestleMania 29 stage or something.
Yes, I see it right here.
Yeah.
See if I can find the digital one.
Oh yeah, I think Amazon had a digital.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazon I believe had one. In the
By
last, huh?
Doc Chad Matthews.
Yeah, him. Also, a lot of burn this week for GWF, Global or GFW, Global Force Wrestling.
TNA talent is not allowed to take pictures with Jeff
With Double
Jarrett.
J, so no.
I mean, what do you think? I think that was kind of like, what do you think of him just going around taking pictures with guys and then just throwing them on his website?
That was just piss people off. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Double J's not stupid rather. And apparently they can run shows as early as the end of this year.
Yeah.
To early 2015. I'm just excited to see what it turns into, but I definitely don't think, and this came up in another conversation, is Ring of Honor still considered the third promotion
Yes.
to you?
To me, I mean, what other promotions are there?
Yeah, but my thing with Ring of Honor is they don't have a national TV deal.
I mean, it's not. I think maybe like in '07 they were pretty hot. I don't know. I mean, they also announced this week that their upcoming show, Best in the World, in June is going to be on live pay-per-view. That's their first live pay-per-view.
Ever? They've all been pay-per-views?
They've
No.
done pay-per-views, but back in '07 they were recorded pay-per-views.
Yeah, I was gonna say they used to run pay-per-views,
But they weren't live.
Right?
Like
yeah,
I went
know that.
I went to their first pay-per-view, Respect the Zern. That was in May.
Right, and
I
that
think
wasn't
it was
shown until like months later.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So this is their first live pay-per-view on TV.
Okay, I just think like, to be honest with you, I consider Ring of Honor.
TNA has a pay-per-view tonight
Oh, they do? On pay-per-view or on Spike?
on pay-per-view.
Oh,
Sacrifice.
that's gonna suck. Especially now that fucking Bad Company's been quit.
Yeah.
My
I don't
only
think
beef-
I've watched TNA since
Not saying
Willow debuted.
No, I'm not. I haven't seen it since lockdown. And then my only beef with Ring of Honor is just they don't have a national TV deal, and in the places where they have a TV deal, it's kind of like when ECW used to be on the MSG network. It'd be like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So I mean, I will always put Ring of
for
Honor
me-
above TNA, but
I mean, Ring of Honor for me has always been more of like a live event thing that
Yeah.
I go to.
yeah.
Like the few times I do try to watch, like they did have a TV show on HD Net,
Yeah,
but they lost that one.
yeah. And,
Like, I used to-
and like
it
I said,
used to
you
be
could
on
buy
right
the
before-
episodes on like your PSN,
And it used to be on
Xbox.
right before Raw, also. Like,
Really?
yeah, it was back before Raw was 3 hours. It was on at 8 o'clock on HD Net when I had FiOS. So I was always able to catch ROH right before Raw.
Oh, okay.
This was back in like 2010,
Do
2011.
you think there's room for 4 promotions?
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't. It's like sentimentally, I consider Ring of Honor third, but they're still nowhere near that level because they're not on TV.
Right.
They're not. I wouldn't consider them at the ECW level.
Oh no.
You know, like
I
fans
think there
aren't
was an
chanting.
I think there was an era where they were
Yeah,
a very brief era, but not.
but all their biggest guys have been signed to TNA and
Right.
WWE.
Whoa. Okay. Should have put this on vibrate. And yes, you are hearing the Super Nintendo sound for those of you who are wondering. Just to get this to, I guess, because everything else is minor. Just I'll bang it out. The Raw script leaking.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie apparently is gonna be booked against Ronda Rousey at the next UFC event. I think it's a big deal to them because it's not an old script, it's a new one.
Yeah,
I think had the script aired like
I mean, originally Cesaro was supposed to feud
Yeah.
with Big E for the title.
yeah, I think had the script aired, had the script been shown while Raw was maybe airing or
Yeah.
an hour before, that would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think, and apparently they don't use paper scripts anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I had.
Which I believe because a lot of the older scripts are leaking.
I think
and
the only-
Do
I
you
had-
remember like in 07, 08 when scripts were coming out
Yeah.
left and right?
I remember when Alberto beat Big Show on SmackDown. Someone showed me the script before it happened.
Oh, I saw a script for what was it? It was a SmackDown.
Mhm.
I think it was a SmackDown for. One of the SmackDowns when Taker was coming back
Yeah.
to promote the Triple H feud,
Mhm.
and he had to do when they were doing promos, they weren't touching each other.
Yeah.
I saw the script for that. Somebody showed me that. So yeah, there's that going on. Apparently, Nancy Grace is trying to make peace with the wrestling world. Apparently, I don't know
WWE is not. I mean,
I don't know how she's gonna do that.
pretty much if you're on there, you're on bad terms with.
And word on
WWE.
the street is that the War Games idea can be done at the Battleground pay-per-view, which, to be honest with you, I think that would be great for the event.
Yeah.
Since they're keeping the pay-per-view and since it's
And
not as
Battleground, yeah.
horrible as last year.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind.
Do
I
you
mean,
think now that they're taking each other on, Shield and Evolution are booked for
but I
for
feel like that
Rules.
pay per view's not till October.
Remember that?
Or
Did
did they
moved it to the
switch-
summer?
Did they switch them around? They're always doing
I think
it.
they moved it to the summer. I
Oh,
think that's
okay.
the July event now.
I mean, from what I hear, Batista's not going to be around much after Extreme Rules. That's
Yeah.
another rumor.
But do you think that now that they're doing Shield versus Evolution at Extreme Rules, there's no point in doing it at War Games?
Unless you put the Evolution over.
What, at the initial one?
Yeah, and then the Shield wins at the end.
And then, I mean, obviously they're gonna have to be in like singles and tag matches between then and now.
I mean, I know
Which would be cool, 'cause it'd be
their
good
goal
for-
is supposed to be Roman and Hunter
At
at SummerSlam.
yeah, at SummerSlam, which I think would be cool if you saw all of those guys against Shield members.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to do the summer blockbuster, and then a lot of people want to see Brian and Brock at SummerSlam. And to be honest with you, I don't think Brock should lose his next TV outing.
Yeah.
I don't think Brock should lose it on his next TV showing.
Mm-hmm.
No, his next 3 TV matches, Brock should not lose.
I think he should win the title at the Rumble and then lose it at Mania.
Yeah, just the same thing that Rock did.
Yeah.
I do see Brock.
Maybe he beats Bryan for the belt at the Rumble, and maybe
To me,
a certain ex-Paul Heyman guy returns at the Rumble like I predicted, wins the Rumble, beats Brock at Mania.
though, there's no reason why Brock can't be on TV regularly. Because he doesn't have the same schedule as The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, if he wins the belt, there's no reason why he shouldn't be appearing regularly. I mean, Brock not appearing regularly is a good thing because more people get shine, but there's no reason why he shouldn't be there on a regular basis at that point.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have to wrestle every week, that's fine. But, whatever. And last but not least, the 50 greatest talkers of all time was released by WWE after 2 years ago. They came out with the 25 best talkers.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to go through this real quick.
Ready? 50. Go.
Go. Scott Steiner. Joel Gertner's 49. 48, Jimmy Valiant. 47, Zeb Coulter / Dutch Mantel. 46, New Jack. 45, The Grand Wizard of Wrestling. 44, Brian Pillman. 43, JBL. 42, Thunderbolt Patterson. 41, The Miz. 40, Kevin Sullivan. 39, Regal. 38, Taz. 37, Stephanie McMahon. 36, The Big Cat. Ernie Ladd. What the hell's the matter with me? 35, Kurt Angle. 34, Bray Wyatt. I just noticed that. 33, Rick Rude. 32, Gary Hart. 31, Ultimate Warrior. 30, Michael Hayes. 29, Nick Bockwinkel. 28, Raven. 27, Jesse Ventura. 26, Jerry Lawler. 25, Ted DiBiase. 24, Terry Funk. 23, Shawn Michaels. 22, Harley Race. 21, Edge. 20, Captain Lou Albano. 19, Triple H. 18, Macho Man Randy Savage. 17, Jim Cornette. 16, CM Punk. 15, Arn Anderson. 14, Billy Graham. 13, Vince McMahon. 22, why do these all rhyme? And why did I just say 22? Anyway, 12, John Cena. 11, Jake Roberts. 10, Chris Jericho. 9, Hulk Hogan. 8, Bobby Heenan. 7, Mick Foley. 6, Paul Heyman. 5, Dusty Rhodes, baby. 4, Austin. 3, Piper. 2, The Rock. Number 1, Cheyenne at Ravishing Jones. No, number 1 is Ric Flair.
I heard you were 51.
I was 51.
Just
That's
me.
it.
Oh, just missed
because. Just missed it. And number 1 was The Nature Boy. Your thoughts?
Like I said, I know Flair's your favorite guy, but I wouldn't
Yeah, I
put
don't
him at
know
number one.
I mean, I after rewatching the Hall of Fame stuff they did this week, the best
Yeah.
of Hall of Fame, Triple H said in his speech that Flair was the greatest talker of all time. Do I think Flair's top 10? Yes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely top 10. I don't know about number one.
I'm honestly like super conflicted. Cause
Is that like
my
his
guy-
is that
my
like his
guy is number-
compensation for not being part of Evolution this time around?
That's honestly what came to my mind, but of course I'm like happy because my guy's number one. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you.
I mean, if they would have put Sean at number one, I'd been like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I would have been. Yeah, that's
Like, if you would've
but
put-
that's a different animal.
If you would have put, I mean, when they put Sean, if you would have put Sean as like best performer or best wrestler, then yeah, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
argued with that.
But, and I want to word this right. The guy they put at number one, it's not like they put a bad choice. They just didn't put him in his right spot, probably.
Yeah.
Where would you have put Flair?
Maybe like closer, like between 5 and 10.
I don't know if 7 should be Foley.
I don't think he's better than Heenan.
Yeah, I still don't get why Heenan's not in the top 5. Like, Austin could have been moved around. And
Yeah, I don't
so
see-
could
yeah.
Foley. Austin
And
Foley,
Heyman.
Austin, Foley, and Hogan could have been moved around.
Yeah, I think Heyman and Heenan should have been a lot higher.
Yeah. Do you think Dusty has a gripe for not being in the top 3?
Yeah,
Um,
and I think
who's your number one?
it would be between Piper and Rock.
See, mine is Piper and Dusty, and Rock would be my 2. Rock would stay in the spot that he's in,
Yeah,
and then my 1 would either be Piper or Dusty. The loser would be 3, and then I'd probably give Flair 4 because Austin shouldn't be 4. I don't believe that. I would put Austin in like.
Would you put
Stephanie-
Heyman?
I would put Austin in Stephanie's spot.
Would you put Heyman before Flair?
On a good day, probably. Yeah,
What about Heenan?
I would put Heenan before both of them, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, maybe even before Flair. Also another thing when you do lists like this is in fact longevity,
Yeah,
because like Piper and Flair, their body of work as a whole is what makes them so great.
yeah,
But Heyman's still going.
yeah.
The reason that Heyman is being called the greatest manager of all time
Because he's still going.
It's 'cause he's still
and he's the
going.
only manager. Well, him and Coulter.
Yeah. Oh, and Lana. Yeah. But I mean, a lot of controversy on this list as a whole, because I just feel like there's a lot of numbers that could have been switched around.
Yeah,
I don't think Stephanie McMahon should have been on this list. I don't.
yeah.
Even as a big McMahon fan, I don't think she should have been on this list. And what was she, 37?
She was up there.
Yeah, 37. I don't even. If you put her at 50, okay. I mean, that puts Scott Steiner closer, but I don't know. I was really happy with some of the names on here. Like, we met,
Yeah.
like, Joel Gertner, New Jack, seeing Brian Pillman. I'm glad they acknowledged Kevin Sullivan. Seeing Ernie Ladd on there was pretty cool. Gary Hart was amazing. I'm really conflicted with, like, Bockwinkel and Hayes being higher than lower because they were great. Raven on the list was cool to me. So there's
Surprised
a lot
Road
of names.
Dogg didn't make it on there since he's a
Who?
click buddy. Road Dogg.
Nah.
Would you pick Road Dogg over Stephanie?
Oh well, yeah, but I don't know if I would put Road Dogg on my list of 50, maybe 150, or maybe 100. But Road Dogg.
About
at
Goldust during his mid-90s Goldust
50.
days?
Yeah, why not? Like if you're talking people that are missing, Goldust is missing. I actually know he might be the only guy missing, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
As far as females, I would maybe even put Sunny before
Sonny and Sherry.
Stephanie. Yeah, and
Sonny
Shay.
and Sherry would be the 2 girls missing.
Yeah.
And they definitely are over Stephanie. Trish got better later on the mic when she was a heel.
Maybe even Bubba Ray Dudley,
Bubba, yeah.
especially as ECW.
Oh, yeah, like early
ECW.
ECW,
Like even
retard Southern Belt, Bubba Dudley. Forget it.
even his Bully Ray stuff is like a watered down version of the ECW stuff is still really good and
Yeah.
worthy of that list.
Double J.
It's not gonna happen.
Double J. No, but I'm saying
Yeah.
what it is. Double J.
Do you think Punk should have been that low on the list?
Oh, he got 16, right?
Yeah.
I know that if he was still there, he would be in the top 10.
Yeah.
And we would still be bitching about that. Some people think Punk is 1.
I wouldn't say 1.
IWC was saying that he's fucking 1.
I would say in that 5 to 10 range.
Yeah, if you would do all time, yeah. Or at
Mr.
least
Perfect?
Top 15. Is he not on here?
I didn't hear his name.
Oh, yeah. He's missing.
Yeah.
He's so missing. Yeah. Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big one.
Honky?
Nah. I can live without that. Taker, surprisingly, right? No,
he doesn't
he's on
do.
here. Yeah.
No, he does. He is. He
Did I
doesn't
say
do
his
much
name?
talking.
Yeah, I don't think he's on here.
I think
I would put
if
Taker on there.
Ambrose was around a little longer, he would have been on there.
Oh, well, also remember John Moxley's a great talker.
Yeah.
That's totally different. Yeah, I think that's the only... And heel Michael Cole is hilarious. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's just... my beef with this list, bigger than the number 1 spot, is like just where people are placed.
Yeah. Well, that's the same issue that was with the top 50 wrestlers list.
First of all, the top 50 wrestlers list had a tie, which was Dusty and Flair. And Flair is a better wrestler than Dusty. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If Flair was a
Well, he was in TNA at that time.
That was a jab. If Flair was a WWE guy, he probably would have been in the top 10.
Yeah.
Who did they give? They gave it to Austin or to Michaels?
Michaels. I
Yeah,
think
Michaels is the greatest WWE.
Shawn was 1.
I think Austin was either 2 or 3, and Taker was the other number.
Taker was 2. Austin was 3. Brett was 4. Rock was 5.
Yeah, I mean, like, the greatest...
I knew they had, like, Gorgeous George in the top 10.
Yeah.
Mysterio.
Hogan was, like, top 20,
Yeah.
which surprised a lot of people. But according to Todd Grisham, the wrestlers chose that list.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Which I don't believe. I don't believe that at all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just more of an issue of placement than anything else.
Yeah.
Like Jake Roberts at 11? You know?
Mhm.
Like, 11's not bad, but when you see Hogan above him,
Yeah.
that gives me a problem. Or when you see Mick Foley over Jake Roberts, that's a problem
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
You know, so, like everything else from 20 and up, it's okay. There are still some numbers I would switch around,
Yeah.
but everything is okay. They put Triple H over. They put Savage over Triple H. That's fine. Cornette over Savage is fine with me. I don't know if I would put Billy Graham better than Arn Anderson. I don't know.
Yeah.
Billy Graham is like the first hip hop artist of all time. He's the innovator of hip hop. And then you have the Dr. Thugonomics at 12. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this thing is just placement.
I mean, that's always going to be controversy, depending on.
Yeah.
Because depending on, everybody likes different things. So, some people might like the Rock style over Heyman, or Piper over somebody else.
You know, nobody was gonna be happy with the top 50 list. You know, I think my biggest beef with the top 50 list was when Flair got inducted. He was like the guy.
Yeah.
Like the greatest of all
It just
time.
depends on who WWE is on good terms with
Yeah.
at the time.
But like,
I'm sure if he would have done the list 10 years ago, Warrior wouldn't have even been on it.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think, and people don't, because, greatest wrestler of all time, to me, is Ric Flair. But the greatest performer to ever be in a ring, that's Shawn Michaels.
You better fucking say that.
No, for real. But there is a difference between the
Oh,
two.
definitely. And
I
Shawn
don't-
was inspired by
But I
Flair.
don't think people know that. I genuinely don't think people know the difference
As far as
between the
who's-
two. Is the greatest talker the greatest wrestler of all time?
No. And as far as, okay, you can't say, like, Hogan might have been the biggest draw of all time, but that doesn't mean he was the greatest wrestler or the greatest talker. He was
Right.
what worked.
Right. That's like now, how I know this is gonna manifest. Now the new thing is the greatest WWE superstar of all time. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Andre. I think it's
It
Taker.
depends on who
I think it's Taker.
they like at the time.
That's also another thing. But Dusty, took to Twitter and said that it was bullshit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well,
Well,
you think Dusty's gonna go?
huh?
You think Dusty's gonna go? Because he's got in a lot of trouble in the last 9 months. I don't know. Oh man,
I think it's time for a quick break.
It's been a tough. Yeah, let's actually take a break.
Let's take a break.
And
Let's
just
have a
real
word
quick,
from our sponsors.
Just real quick, in case you're looking to get an autograph, I'm going to be appearing May 31st at the Scott Hall signing in Staten Island. So if you want to get an autograph from Cheyenne, and I'll also be at the June 9th signing for Bret Hart. So if you want to get an autograph
And
from
we'll
me,
be at the Hammerstein
and then we will be
Ballroom
at
for the War of the
Hammerstein
Worlds.
Ballroom
We'll
for
go
the
over the
War of
matches.
Worlds. Yeah, I should pull that up.
Oh, yeah, when we come back.
When we come back from our sponsors.
You have 3 questions. Coffee or espresso?
Coffee, please. Is this coffee?
Nespresso Virtual Line.
How do you get that phone?
It's coffee crema. Last question.
Can I slide or not?
Thank you. Next. Nespresso Virtual Line. Experience the revolution of coffee.
All right, folks, we're
I
back.
was gonna say you should bring it back.
Yeah. And for the record, no, you cannot slide.
Nah, you cannot slide.
So we're gonna be attending. It's what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now.
Well, it's not May yet, so I guess 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3
right?
weeks. Yeah.
Right.
So seems like a pretty good show. They finally announced the matches this week.
Yeah. And the card and the talent also scheduled to appear.
And you pulled it up so you can read it.
Yeah. Let me just double check when exactly it is we're going.
May 17th.
May 7th. Oh, so yeah, about 2.5 weeks from now.
3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 full. Oh, it's a Saturday night. Yeah, 3 weeks. So scheduled to appear, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, Guido and Jado representing New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Forever Hooligans, Rocky Romero and Alex Kozlov representing New Japan, Takai Wantabe from New Japan, the
You want to
Decade.
be what?
Huh?
You want to be what?
He wants to be New Japan. I don't know. The Decade, my guys, Roderick Strong, BJ Whittemore, and Jimmy Jacobs. They're going to have Adam Page with them. ACH for Ring of Honor, Matt Tavern for Ring of Honor scheduled to appear. Cedric Alexander, I know the name and not the guy. Tommaso
Ciampa?
Yeah. Silas Young and Caprice Coleman. And for the bottom matches, Tanahashi versus Mike Bennett. Maria's going to be a ringside.
I heard a lot of people were making a big deal about that match.
Yeah, I didn't get to read. Why are people upset about it?
I guess because Mike Bennett is like, I guess they see Mike Bennett as like a not like a Ring of Honor guy, kind of like, because his style isn't as fast paced as the Ring of Honor guys. He's more like a WWE guy. People see him as.
Wasn't he a WWE guy?
No, he's never been in WWE.
I thought he was a developmental.
No, but I guess because of his look and his style.
Oh.
So a lot of people are bitching, but he uses that like as heel heat.
Oh,
so.
good for him. Nakamura versus Kevin Steen or Adam Cole.
I guess whoever loses at whenever that show is.
Yeah, but that I'm looking forward to that. Really excited to see Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
And he's gonna take on Kushida, who I've seen a couple of his stuff.
Yeah.
He's really good. Anderson and Gallows, the Bullet Club, they're gonna take on the Briscoes.
That's gonna be
great.
hard
That's gonna
hitting,
be great. The Young Bucks, who you just told me just joined the Bullet Club, they're gonna take on Red Dragon.
Yeah,
That should be cool
good.
too.
They're Ring of Honor tag champions. The Young Bucks.
Yeah. And it is a title match.
And I think they're also the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions. Something.
And then the IWGP Heavyweight titles on the line. Mike Elgin will take on Okada.
And the Ring of Honor title will be whoever wins between Adam Rose and Kevin Steen.
Yeah, and it's
Not
actually
Adam
listed
Rose,
here
Adam
on the
Cole.
card. It's listed here on the card. Whoever wins between Okada and AJ Styles will be
Okay.
the winner to take on Mike Elgin. And the main event, would you like to announce that, Bosch?
Not Adam Rose, but the winner of Adam Cole. And Kevin Steen against Jushin Thunder Liger.
For the Ring of Honor World title.
Yeah.
That's going to be... Wow. My buddy Dan, who went to the Ring of Honor, the last one at the ballroom, he said Liger's tiny.
Yeah.
He said he might be smaller than me, which says something.
Half that roster's fucking tiny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Briscoes are big guys.
I think... Yeah, they might be around my height.
Yeah,
I think Jay might be around my height.
Yeah, Jay is the bigger one of the two, right? He's
Yeah.
like your height.
But
I know Jay Lethal's not the biggest guy.
Oh no,
He's
I don't
not
know
that
if I've
much
met Jay
taller than me.
Lethal in person. I know when I went.
He wasn't at the bar for that story?
Nah. Homicide's way shorter than me. Danny O'Brien's way shorter than me. Nigel and Cesaro are both pretty tall. I think
Cesaro is your
taller.
height.
He's taller than me. A little taller than me.
You know who's taller than you? Christian.
Christian?
Yeah. He's got like 2 inches on you.
But WWE exaggerates the heights.
Yes, they do.
Because they listed Daniel Bryan as 5'10".
He's
and
not.
He's not.
He's not. I saw Daniel Bryan sitting down from 100 yards. He's not 5'10".
I stood face to face with him. He's not 5'10".
Look at that. So, yeah.
He's closer to your height than he is to my height.
Yay.
Funny story.
Yay!
At last week, I went out with my friends TFA. They listened to the show. Jay, Gigi, and Ryan.
Oh, okay.
And I guess they were curious how tall you were.
Ah.
So I used the picture. I used our pictures of us with Howard Finkel side by side to compare our. They were like, "Holy shit!" That's
That didn't help my case, Bob.
Sorry.
Did you at least tell him out loud? Well, he's 5'6".
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting buried when I'm not around. It's great. I'm super excited for this card, especially because anybody who knows me knows I love Japanese wrestling. I try to watch whatever I can on YouTube. So this is going to be a fantastic experience for me. Plus, my first Ring of Honor show.
Yeah.
Plus, this is the first show that you and I are going to in some time.
10 years almost.
10 years.
2004.
So, 2004, and nobody's going to call anybody a virgin, on a promo in this one. I hope.
Who called who a virgin?
Remember Flair was doing the virgin thing?
Yeah.
And he got in trouble with USA
Yeah.
the next night. So, yeah. But this is going to be cool. I'm super, super, super excited. All right, Monday Night Raw, the Warrior Tribute. All that I did see was the opening,
Yes.
and then I saw the Usos match, whoever they took on, and they had the Warrior
face
paint
paint.
on and the
Which we
t-shirt.
predicted on the show.
Yeah.
That week.
I think they took on Ryback, right? No, I don't know.
One of those teams.
I don't know. There's a tag team division? No. So yeah, how was the Warrior show overall? And I did see the ending on YouTube when Evolution returned, and apparently there was a big fuss because
besides the opening and the Usos, they maybe showed like a few little segments where they flash back to like his win over Honky, his Mania 6 win.
I think the Raw would have been better.
They didn't have any superstar interviews.
No?
No.
That's because they had the week, so they were like, we'll do what we need to do.
Yeah, it was like,
for the show,
go check it
and
out on
he's
the
getting
network.
his week, right.
Yeah, I noticed that like Cody and Natty were both pretty, like, they were crying a lot up there on the stage, and understandably so, because their fathers were in the business at the time that Warrior was, so I'm sure they knew Warrior.
Yeah, Cody's
as
apparently
kids.
really broken up about Warriors.
And so is Natty. They're both in their late 20s, early 30s. They're both around the same age. They were both kids during the time that their fathers were around with the Warrior, so I'm sure their memories of Warrior are different. Maybe even also the Usos.
Yeah.
Any of the second generation, third generation guys, maybe Axel.
Oh, quick thing that we forgot to leave out for Warrior Week: the WrestleMania Rewind was really good.
Yeah.
That was the hit with him and Hogan,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like some of those interviews were new, some of them were from the DVD.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
Well, I noticed they had Brian on there, but that was like Brian from 2 years ago when he had short hair.
Yeah, because they've got all that shit archived from
Yeah.
when they were trying to get a network going.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't seem like a
I'm surprised they didn't
great
list
show.
it with the rest of Mania Rewinds.
Yeah, it's a special.
Mm-hmm.
It's considered a special. Plus, we haven't gotten the countdown with the tag teams yet.
We haven't had a countdown in a few weeks since
In
before Mania.
2.5.
Since before
We're
Mania.
missing the tag team countdown. Plus, the Edge special didn't air until last night.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, shoot.
I remember
something
there was a
else.
few votes. I remember there was a celebrity one,
There's a celebrity
the
one.
managers
there's
one.
the villains one,
managers,
and managers that we're missing
Mm-hmm.
that I can remember.
and I know. I mean, maybe there is their off. Maybe since Legends House debuted, they're maybe taking a break.
Oh, and then, another thing that messed things up was they had Warrior Week last week,
Mm-hmm.
and this week they decided to go with the Best of the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I
they're
think just 'cause-
kind of trying the shows out.
Because their subscriptions, I guess, were lower than expected. So they've also bought back the free week after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been pushing that a lot. This is your last chance to get the free week.
But also
you can see
remember-
Mania. You can see the
also
Warrior
remember
stuff.
that
The Daniel
they
Bryan. I
have
haven't.
not
Have you
gone
checked out the?
international yet,
Yeah. Have you checked out the Daniel Bryan documentary yet?
No.
I haven't checked it out either.
and I haven't heard anything about it either. So I can't tell you if it's like
Yeah.
whatever. So I can't bring it up on the show.
I guess the Warrior one overshadowed it.
Well, the Bryan one came out on Monday night
Yeah.
before Raw, and then Warrior died the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's still there in the special. It's not like they're gonna take it
Yeah, I gotta
away.
check it out. Yeah.
But we haven't gotten the clashes or the Saturday Night Main events yet.
Mm-hmm.
We were waiting on that for a while.
They just started putting like the Raws for '94. They have all the Raws from '93.
Oh, and they finished the year.
Yeah,
already.
so they're starting
They
'94.
finished the year.
So I'm
Yeah.
excited. So
I know a lot of my friends when I tell them about the network, and I tell them, yeah, I don't watch Raw because of work. They get like, oh, well, don't you watch on network? And I tell them that no, it goes a month later. And was
yeah,
like,
I think
we
now they're just putting. I think it
we
might be
just
even.
got the Raw the night after Rumble.
I think.
The week later when Brock beat up the Rhodes Brothers.
I think
we just got that.
Yeah,
Raw.
we're getting like Raws like 2 months behind or 2.5 months
Yeah.
behind because
Yeah.
I'm seeing stuff from February.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back quite a bit, but it seemed like the Warrior was an okay Raw, but it looks like it was overshadowed by the Evolution thing, which was a good segment, came off pretty cool, and then at the when the music came on, it was like, oh
Yeah.
wow. Then for the next week, what I did see on Raw was the Evolution reunion, which was pretty cool, and it was cool to see all three of those guys cut
In
a promo.
suits and their
What
own-
was strange though, of course, was
no Flair.
no Flair.
Who's
in the,
who's supposed to be there tomorrow night?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I guess because he's not active. So
And this is the go home Raw for Extreme
what do you
Rules.
see Flair's involvement in for tomorrow?
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him as just like a manager, mouthpiece.
But like I said, Stephanie is kind of in that role.
But Stephanie's also been pushed more towards that Kane Bryan feud, and she's
Right.
been working more opposition Bryan.
Do you see Flair getting triple power bombed?
Hell no.
Do you see Flair getting Superman punched?
Maybe a Superman punch.
Do you
Maybe
see any-
the tease of a power bomb. Maybe they pick him up and then
Yeah.
and then Evolution stops them. I don't see him taking a bump like that. After
Do you see him saying no?
Huh?
Do you see him saying no?
I see WWE saying no to him. I see him suggesting it, and WWE saying, "No,
Yeah.
Flair, you're not taking that."
Yeah. And then Lawler jumps in and apologizes to everybody. I don't know. I just
Or kind of like when they teased attacking Lawler. Like
I mean, I'm
I mean,
sad.
kind of like I thought it worked like the time they did with Dusty, where they teased the Evolution was going to take him out, but then they just had Big Show knock him out.
Yeah.
Like, there's a safe you can find a safe way to work with these legends
Yeah.
without risking anything
Yeah.
serious.
Especially since the Lawler thing, because
Yeah.
Dusty was the first physical thing they did with a legend.
Yeah, and even
Since
that was
Lawler.
like the safest thing they could have done.
But it was still cool, and it
It
was
looked
still convicted.
impressive. It looked impressive. Big Show punched him, and Big Show held him as he
Yeah.
fell down. So it worked.
Yeah.
And in storyline purposes, it worked that Big Show wouldn't just let him fall. Like, okay, I'm gonna do what I have to do, but I'll help him down.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked in that context.
And I saw when they came back, and then they had the 11 guys. I'm surprised Dirt Sheets didn't comment on Triple H's sore throat or whatever he had
That was
going
weird.
on. I was just there like, what? He sounded like Paul Orndorff, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. Anything else from that Raw that I missed? That
I
was
feel like
notable?
that was so long. That feels like so long ago that I.
That was this past Monday. Come on, man. I gotta pull up the fucking report.
Like I said, Rusev is taking on these guys in a handicap
I still
match.
don't know why, Bosh. I still don't get that.
They've been teasing the split of Goldust and Cody about a month too late.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I was like, oh, yeah. It wasn't WrestleMania a few weeks ago? Jackasses.
And Ryback was in the title picture. Ryback was they were on commentary, and I thought Ryback was pretty funny.
Yeah, Ryback is cool. He's just not getting any burn. I think he's
it was
using
pretty.
the
No, I
mic
guess
as
he
a way to get
mentioned
burn.
he mentioned that his father worked in Vegas at the time, and he used to be a bartender when Henning and Razor Ramon were a team in the AWA. It was, and he's like, shout out to the bad guy. Hey, yo, Chico.
But apparently him and Ryback are friends.
Uh,
Ryback and Hall are
Okay.
apparently friends, and they like text, and Hall like critiques his matches and shit.
Okay, so then it makes sense why he would
came
shout him out.
That came out earlier this or late last. Apparently, I did hear that Ziggler and Sandow had a really good match, or Ziggler and Barrett. Ziggler and Barrett
was
had a really
2
good
weeks
match.
ago, the first
that
week
was
of the
2 weeks ago.
tournament. Yes.
Okay, I heard they had a really good like show stealing match. Apparently,
And Sheamus and Barrett was pretty good too.
yeah, I heard that was the one with Barrett. Was the Sheamus match, and Barrett
Zig-
won,
no,
right?
but the Ziggler one was
and
really
Barrett
good.
won, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The Ziggler
Yes.
one was really good too.
Oh, what am I talking about? I didn't see it when it happened, but I saw the replay of when Kane took out Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
That was cool. When he tombstoned him 3 times. That was a cool segment to
Mm-hmm.
get Bryan off. Our condolences to Daniel Bryan. His father passed away.
And also the young fan that he
Yeah,
was
that
pretty close with.
And I saw that little girl, like,
Yeah.
again, like I mentioned to Bosch, like 4 times at WrestleMania Access.
Mm-hmm.
So that. And Hugh Jackman's back on Raw next week.
Hey, welcome back,
Yeah,
Homer.
welcome back. And Hugh Jackman's on Raw next week, so somebody's gonna get a hairline fracture.
They're gonna. I think they're using him in whatever build up. I'm sure it'll be Ziggler and Sandow, and
Yeah.
I guess because since Ziggler's a babyface now, they had him reconcile with Jackman, and they've been going. Sandow and
On
Ziggler
Twitter,
have been going
too,
back and
right?
forth on Twitter. That
I
was pretty
did
funny.
see- Did you see when El Torito took on Hornswoggle on SmackDown 2 weeks ago?
I saw like the video package they did for it.
No, I saw the last 3 minutes of it on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch it for JBL's commentary.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The man is hilarious. Honestly, if I would have remembered, I would have told you to convert it and play it as a commercial. Because his
Okay.
commentary is amazing. Okay, I see the Usos beat the Rhodes Brothers, and then there's some tension at the end of the match. Lane and Emma. How was Cesaro and RVD?
I wasn't crazy about it.
What? Really?
RVD was.
Really?
I feel like RVD was pretty slow in that match. Like he wasn't.
Do you think RVD's doing the same shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean-
somebody else feels that way.
It wasn't the RVD. I mean, okay, I'm not. He can't be the RVD from '97, but he just seems like a. It's like RVD in slow motion. That's what it feels like to me.
Don't say that.
And Rusev to me feels like a character in a video game that you just keep doing all these moves to win the
Wait,
match.
his finisher is called the Accolade. That's what they're calling the Camel Clutch.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I don't announce for them. I would have gotten fired. Paige took on Oksana. Is she missing an eyeball?
No.
No. Okay. Cena took on all three of those guys. It looks like. How was
Oh yeah, that was. I forgot about
the
that. though.
poll? How was that?
It was. I just hope Cena doesn't come out tomorrow and smiling and, hey, you guys put me in a 3-on-1 handicap match, but it's okay. I still love you guys. You're honest.
that was the close though.
Yeah.
Oh, and they did the Wyatt and the singing and the molesting and all that. Okay.
Yeah, the cuddling.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like a good Raw. Sorry. And then you're telling me that RVD was on Matrix mode.
Yeah.
Maybe he was high. It is RVD.
Not high enough.
Not high enough. There it is. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good Raw.
On a bright note, we did get an email this week.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the email. Tell him he doesn't win shit.
I mean, I think he's won enough, but we got an email from a guy named Paul, and he wanted,
Okay.
he wanted to let us know
Did he
this.
say where he was from?
Huh?
Did he say where he was from?
He didn't say where he was from, but he wanted us.
Just Paul.
Yes.
Okay.
He wanted us to know. He said he had fun. He had a great time meeting you at Access.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And he remembers meeting me about 12 years ago at WWE New York.
oh, that's
So he says hi.
strange.
And he also wanted to let us know this.
My client, Brock Lesnar, conquered the streak. My client, Brock Lesnar, conquered the streak. My client, Brock Lesnar, conquered the streak. My client, Brock Lesnar,
man.
conquered the streak.
If only we could
My
add him and say
client,
thanks to the email.
Brock
He would have
Lesnar,
fucking proved
conquered
it.
the streak.
Oh man.
So he wanted us to know that his client, Brock Lesnar,
Yes.
conquered the streak.
Well, it's always good to hear from Paul, who was great with me at Access. Now that I remember which Paul we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great, and then the way he was talking to those Del Rio guys were amazing. He deserved to be
Maybe one week we'll get Paul Levesque. But,
letting us know that he's that damn good, right?
yeah.
You know what I realized going through photos, because I had a little, I had a dinner meeting earlier this week, and I was going through photos and stuff like that. I got to put the memorabilia stuff that I got from Mania. Like,
And you still never sent me all your VIP pictures.
I haven't seen them yet. That's why.
Why not?
Because I'm back at work. That's why. But I think on the website we should put up all the different memorabilia that I saw in the memorabilia section.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the Andre statue, and then it's funny because
I think I put a picture of you with the Andre statue.
Did you put that up?
I think so. Did
And
you
then
take the Bruno statue also or no?
I think I did. I think.
All right, I'll-
Oh yeah, here it is. I actually have it right here in front of me. Oh no, what I have here is just the Bruno statue. I did take a picture with the Bruno statue. I don't have it on my iPod though.
Okay.
And I have here from memorabilia section is the Warrior coats that he wore in WCW.
Yeah, I saw those.
I've got that. You know that that's legit the Andre trophy that they had at the memorabilia section. They legit carried it to Mania.
Yeah, I saw they had like a
Yeah.
video package. They carried it over in like an arm
Yeah,
truck
that was a shoot.
with Tim White.
Yeah. You know, I've got all the WWE titles, Killer Kowalski's boots, Andre's boots, an actual Hogan Rip t-shirt.
Well, the Andre boots, they have those. Those are at headquarters.
At headquarters, don't they have... I think the ones at headquarters are a different color, though.
I think they were red.
What, did I just pass them? What the hell's the matter with me? This is Buddy Rogers' boots, which are ugly. Oh, no. Yeah, these are the ones. But I've seen
Yeah.
others, though. I've seen others.
Or green. I know I've seen unless it was the green ones.
Yeah. They had the Razor vest, the original wing.
I mean, I've seen pictures of the Andre statue in the lobby of
Yeah,
headquarters.
when I saw the original Winged Eagle, I was ready to go to jail. I was ready to go to jail. One of the coolest things I saw was the Owen Hart King of the Ring coat. I didn't show
Oh,
you that?
nice. No, I haven't seen.
Yeah, let me flip it because I got a bunch of images here that need to be flipped. And you remember how we were talking about the original Goldust package on the network?
Yeah.
They had the original onesie right there. Just swipe through it. I just had
Oh,
to flip
nice.
Some of those. Yeah, but the memorabilia was cool. Just talking about access and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool stuff on there.
I remember they had some stuff like that at WWF New York. Like, right?
No, not nothing like this.
Not like
stuff.
that, but I remember they had like the cane mask. And
They
like,
had the cane
like the
mask.
headbangers, cone bra. And
I
shit
do
like that.
remember seeing, and I saw it here, the WrestleMania 15 Taker coat with Boss Man.
Yeah.
They had that at the restaurant.
Yeah.
They had that at the restaurant. But remember, back then they had all the current stuff.
Yeah, so that was
The
current
only
at that
legend
time.
thing they had was Andre, who may be the only legend they were ever on good terms with.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Well, they better be. Then they convinced him to come back and fight Hogan. I mean,
I never, because I see it here on my sheet, I never put up the Nancy Grace reply video. Should I put that up even though it's 2 weeks later? Probably not, right?
fuck it. She's not worth it.
Yeah, she's not worth it. Did you see the new video package that went up on WWE's site?
Which, the Undertaker Sting one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that
Well,
one.
I mean, it's a rehash of the one they did 2 years ago for the fantasy matches for the countdown.
Yeah.
But of course, the IWC.
And they also did Bad News Brown versus Bad News Barrett.
I saw that.
And
That
the
was
Shawn
funny.
and Punk.
Yeah, you know what show I saw and I'm like obsessed with it now?
What?
The JBL and Cole show.
Oh,
is hilarious.
It is.
It is hilarious.
What are you? Are you watching it like from? Where are you watching from? Current?
No, I saw the one from a few weeks ago.
You got to start from like maybe like a couple months ago, where it's just like the whole storyline with the Golden Boot.
Okay.
And
I know apparently Cody is like on trial for something. That
yeah,
much I
that
know.
one. That's and like it's supposed to be JBL's nephew, Clayton Layfield or something, which is Heath Slater.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then he's like, I think he was the one revealed to be the bear or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
No, I think the little bear is Hornswoggle.
Oh, okay. But I saw that, and then I saw when Billy Gunn was Cody Rhodes' lawyer.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes goes, "Today I brought the smoking gun." Billy Gunn is just.
I think I've missed like the last 2 weeks though, but like I went. There was
my
one day
God.
on my lunch break. I just went back and watched like as many as I could in my lunch break.
I can't get enough.
It's great. I told you about it.
I know, but I actually
Yeah.
sat down and
Yeah,
watched it.
yeah.
That's why it's amazing. It's amazing. What did you watch this week on the network? If anything.
Legends House.
That doesn't count. Everybody saw that. It's the greatest reality show of all time.
I was watching a WCW pay per view.
I was watching Uncensored 2000. What a shitty show.
Anything 2000 was a shitty show. I was watching Slamboree 98.
That's an okay one. That's Savage and Brett, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an okay one.
Yeah.
That's an okay one. I like the year before, of course, but I think 98's okay.
And also when the Cruiserweight Battle Royal.
Yeah.
And Jericho does the ring announcing for them.
Yeah.
And then Dean Malenko and Mask. So I thought
Mask.
that was my favorite
That's
part
the
of the
highlight of that show. Though.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the highlight of that show.
I noticed there's a lot of these like a lot of these WCW pay-per-views I'm going back to watch. Hogan wasn't even on them and he was champion.
Yeah.
Like the one where it's the Booker T promo. I think that was the Spring Stampede from the year before.
He's
or
not on
Slamboree. Yeah, he's not on there.
There's tons of shit when he's NWO and he's not on it.
Yeah.
But then again, when you're making that much money. Question for you, since we're on it. Who would you put in Legends House 2? You gotta pick, what is it, 8 guys?
8 guys?
Go ahead, 8 guys.
Hogan.
Okay. Are you
Um,
going with him because he's the guarantee? Well, pretty much.
no, then I'll throw Flair in there too.
Okay.
Dusty.
Oh. Ah.
Sheiky.
You don't think you're putting too many big names?
I don't care. This is my fantasy.
Sheik.
Because he's gonna remind Hogan every day that he dropped the belt to him, and that he didn't take the money that Vern Gagne offered him.
Oh my God.
So what was that, 4?
Left.
I have
4 left.
Flair, Hogan, Dusty, Sheik. I don't think you need anybody else.
Nope.
And we're not using anybody from this season.
No, you can't. You gotta wait till you do the All Stars Legends House to use somebody from past seasons.
I would throw in Virgil. Let's see. Arn.
Oh, and Arn. Yeah. So if something happens to Flair, Arn's there with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I have 2 more.
Yeah.
A non-wrestler.
A non-wrestler.
I mean, there's
an announcer. Okay.
I mean, damn, if Heenan was in good health, I would throw him in there.
Oh my God, Heenan would have. I would have loved it. I would have loved it.
So as far as managers,
You know who'd be really good? Orndorff and Hogan in the same house. Orndorff would kill him in his sleep. Orndorff would smother Hogan with a pillow. I see it. Be a live snuff film on the net.
DiBiase.
So he can insult everybody?
Yep.
So you can criticize them for them
And-
wrestling longer than him?
Last person I would throw in there is. I'm trying to think of who I've seen at like conventions and shit. Fucking Hammer.
Hammer. Hammer.
Just because he's grumpy.
He's Grumpy Cat's grandfather, I'm telling you.
All right, what's your legend?
All right, I'm gonna go. Wow. I'm gonna do the realistic one. I'm gonna go Hogan.
Fuck realistic. It's fantasy. No.
I'm trying to think of an announcer. You know,
JR.
Yeah, JR. You want to know who I wanted?
Who?
Honestly, I would want Tony Schiavone. That's who I would want.
Ventura.
Oh my God, he'd kill Hogan. He would
Just put
pop
Hogan
him.
with all the people that hate him.
Yeah. So JR, Hogan. This is making me crack up.
Damn, I didn't.
JR, Hogan, and I'm gonna go with
There was somebody I wish I would have
Lawler.
thrown into my list, but
who?
I would have thrown Roberts in there.
Lawler. I might steal him now.
Still,
JR,
fucking.
Hogan, Lawler. I need a black guy. I need a Tony Atlas.
A black guy.
Yeah, I need a Tony Atlas. I'm gonna put 2 Cold Scorpio.
Really?
Why not?
Ron Simmons. Put Ron Simmons in.
Yeah.
He's actually a legend and a
You're
Hall of
coming
Fame.
up on my list. I got nothing.
Sorry.
No, it's because I'm trying to make it realistic. That's why. Otherwise,
I think Ron Simmons is a lot more realistic than 2 Cold Scorpio.
I just want to pick a drug addict. No, I'm kidding. Oh my God, Sid. Sid, why not?
Oh, thank God he's not in my house with Arn.
Oh no. There's gotta be guys I could draw. Even though both of these lists draw heavily. I'll put Dusty on mine. I gotta pick 2 guys that got a beef though, like Hacksaw and Atlas. Like 2 guys that got a beef. Ooh, who can I pick? That's
Damn, I'm
really
surprised
good?
I didn't throw Hayes in mine.
Roberts and Hogan kissed and made up. I'm gonna go Orndorff.
Okay.
Yeah, because Orndorff hates Hogan. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Fuck it, let's do the list of 10. Let's add 2 more people.
2 more people?
I'll throw Hayes and Roberts in
Hayes
mine.
and Roberts? Oh my God. You know, on your show, Roberts is gonna fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say Roberts is not leaving that house sober.
Oh, I'm picking DDP to put all of them in fucking check. And I would have picked Paul Bearer if he was alive. Sonny. I'm gonna go with Sonny.
Fuck it.
Alundra Blaze.
As the hostess.
Yeah, why not? No, they're living there. They could have another host, Deborah, serving cookies. That could be their hostess. And something tells me that if you really want chaos, you have to have Terry Funk there.
Oh god. All right, what if it was like a '90s Legends house?
Oh my god!
Because all our guys were '80s. All right, let's do it.
You know it's not going to be for a minute till we see a 90s one.
So let's book a
Oh,
'90s
well, I got
one.
my number one pick. Nash. Nash is my number one. What do you got?
I'd put Hall, Nash, and Pac.
You can't have a...
Why not?
You can't! That's too much! Alright, fine. Hall, Nash, and Pac.
Listen, I'm not even throwing Shawn. Should I throw Shawn in there?
He will never do that shit. Shawn will not do that shit. I don't think he will.
DDP.
Okay. What are you going for? 8 or 10?
Let's do 10.
Okay.
Conan.
You pick someone that'll never be on good terms with WWE.
Let's see. Brett.
Oh my god, this is now depressing.
Now, Sonny.
Your list gets a 4 out of 10. And Sonny?
Yeah.
Jesus. Brett just got remarried. Do you think WWE would run something where Sonny would be trying to sleep with one of them or have a thing in the house?
Vader.
And I wanted to pick him. But I was like, he's got no... Oh, I should have fucking put Orndorff and Vader.
Oh.
I should have put Orndorff and Vader.
Let's see.
Now for this week's graphic, you gotta do the Legends house with us in the windows.
All right. My black guy,
Okay.
Ahmed.
Oh, yeah. Is he still fat?
Most likely.
Okay, so 90s one. I'm trying to think of somebody that has...
How many do I have so far in there?
10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, you're short one. You're short
One. Bischoff.
So he can then say that he came up with Legends House.
Yep.
On the show. I'm trying to think of somebody that has... If Doink was alive, that would have been my next pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Nash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Bundy.
Okay.
Because you know about the thing with the Visine in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Nash, Bundy. I'm gonna go Raven.
Nice.
I'm gonna go... Luger. He'll be my Pat Patterson.
Okay. Damn, that was a good one.
Thank you. I'm trying to think of somebody that has like beef with all these people. Somebody big from the 90s. I don't know.
Goldberg.
No, it's too much. He'll never do that shit either. I'm gonna go Val Venus.
Okay. Eh.
That looks like it'll be fun. You got Sonny. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Deborah.
Okay. Do we have a Mongo?
Or a Dean. No. 90s. Big in the 90s. That wasn't in the NWO. Oh my god, Buff Bagwell.
You just said wasn't in the NWO.
Oh yeah. Scott Steiner.
Oh.
Scott Steiner. I just picked all heels. No, I need 2 good guys to close it out. Oh, I need a black guy. Okay. Vincent, no. Okay, I'm thinking that's not Ron Simmons.
Or Ahmed.
Or Ahmed. In the 90s? That's tough.
That's about it.
Shit. That's not Mark Henry, who's still going, or the Godfather.
Okay.
No, Papa Shango. And I'm putting him as
He should just switch like Foley, he just switches between gimmicks.
Yeah.
And comma
And
and
my last one, I gotta pick an executive since you went with Bischoff. '90s executive. Coach.
Coach?
Coach, why not?
Okay.
Why not? Never happened, but why not?
I'm gonna Photoshop each of those Legends houses. Just take their profile pictures from WWE.
And then put us like in the back or something.
Yeah.
We could be the Ashleys.
So I'll do 4, like our two 80s
Yeah.
and our two 90s.
Yeah. Oh man, and then Hogan and Flair will be on your side for
Yeah.
once. For mine, I'll take.
And I didn't even pick Shawn because that was too easy.
For mine, I'll take. So, well, since you already picked Hogan for yours, for my two for the '80s one, I'll take Terry Funk and Lawler.
Okay.
Why not? Give them some burn. Oh man, I mean, how long do you see the show going, Legends House? I love it so much.
Maybe like 10 to 13 episodes.
No, I mean, like how, like, do you see them going like with, like 3 seasons, 4
Depending on how
seasons?
successful it is.
And the network itself, right?
Yeah.
I don't. I see the network once they go international hitting 800,000. Because right now they're what? It's 626,
Or
something like that,
between 650 and 7, somewhere in that ballpark.
right? Oh, it's 650 and 7.
Like 670 something.
Oh, then like
660.
once they go
I
international,
think they'll hit $1 million. You think
Yeah,
they'll hit $1 million?
850 and 950.
Okay.
I mean, not necessarily that it's a niche audience, but they are getting more of their audience than like, oh, I used to watch wrestling back in the day.
I mean, they also had 400,000 buys non-network for Mania.
right. So considering that they already broke $1 million between the network and pay-per-view by itself, they
Yeah.
haven't gone international yet. It's going to be a big press for them.
Do you see them raising the price?
Yeah. Not this year though.
Maybe next year for Mania.
$11.99.
Okay, that's still not bad.
What's the most you would pay?
Maybe like 15.
Yeah, $14.99 is where I cut it.
Yeah.
After that, they're fucking. You're kidding me. But also remember, like, the content is reflective of the price.
And you're also getting all the pay-per-views, which are, what, like 50 something, 60 a month almost?
The current ones, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day, pay-per-views were 20,
20 and 30, yeah.
20 and 30. I remember when they went to 40.
I think like In Your Houses were 20, and then like the
Yeah.
2-hour ones were 20, and the 3 hours ones were
I remember when
30.
they raised it to 40 and we were all outraged. And now
I mean, to me, I always had the little
$60.
black box.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I could probably count on one hand how many pay-per-views I've actually ordered in my
Oh,
life.
no, I've ordered a few myself.
Well, now I don't feel bad. It's not illegal anymore.
Yeah. No, now that you have the network.
Yeah.
When do you think we're going to see the clashes in the main events? I'm waiting for that, man.
Maybe later this year, or maybe around the time they go international, or
I guess so. I mean, what's left for them to put on that they're not, like, giving away?
there's still, like you said, Clash, Saturday Night Main Event, Nitros.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to give the Nitros up.
Really?
Because they make money off them on the DVDs. I think... I don't know why they won't put up the Saturday shows. The Superstars, the Live Wires, the Shotguns.
Oh, shotgun.
Put up metal. There's some good metal matches there.
Heat.
Velocity was great those first 2 years.
Yeah.
Velocity was amazing those first 2 years. So I mean, if you did like just the first year of Heat, that's epic.
I'm surprised they haven't done a live wire type show in this since then.
My only beef with them, honestly, is the live stream. The live stream is not what
Meaning
I
like a
would've
live,
hoped it-
like remember the show Live Wire?
Yeah.
Like a show like that. I mean, considering that was in '96 and they were doing a show based on sending emails and fax and calls, I'm surprised they haven't done that shit now. Like, even,
to me, the live stream is not what I would have wanted to do. Would have wanted it to be, and I know that if it was me, I would not want that as the live stream. What they do now.
yeah,
I'm glad they finally stopped airing WrestleMania 1. Even though they showed Slamboree 94 for
they
like
showed
2 weeks.
they were showing 2 this week, Mania 2.
I saw that. They were showing 2 this week. 2
and they've been
30.
showing a lot of like random WCW
Yeah, like
97,
2
98
weeks ago was
pay-per-views.
Spring Stampede 94.
Like when they
for
first started, they were
half.
showing like all the Bash at the Beaches, and
Yeah, it was the Bash of the Beaches.
now
was
they're
big
doing like
thing.
Slamborees and Spring
But I
Stampedes.
do think that the live stream has to become a little bit more cohesive. And there should be like shows on there.
yeah,
You know, like a live.
and like in the
wire.
middle of the night they'll throw in like a ECW
Yeah.
or like WCCW.
Like, during the Raws and the SmackDowns, if you want to put an old pay-per-view or the 1 hour shows, that's great. But throughout, 5 o'clock on a Monday, do a live wire.
yeah,
Probably not a Monday because of they got the backstage pass
Yeah.
for pre and post. Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesdays are their biggest days because they have
Main event.
main event, rewind, and countdown. That's their biggest day right now.
and Thursdays they have Legends House and NXT.
Right. But Tuesday's still bigger. Tuesday is still their bigger day. because everybody loves.
I
those
mean,
three
Legends
shows,
House
and they're
was-
all back to back.
Legends House was the #1 show last week,
Yeah,
even over like the Warrior documentary.
I know that they're going to be soon adding not when you play it plays where you left off, but like a watch history and a suggested.
Okay, good.
So yeah, they put in a press release what's going to be.
I mean, I
added.
just wanted like just to have like kind of like what Netflix has, where if I watch something, I can pick up where I left off.
Yeah, that's the #1 thing that I want, but they didn't mention that. It
Especially
was a couple weeks ago.
when it's like a 3-hour pay-per-view. I don't want to have to look for like right now. I screen grab where I left off just to like try to skip back to that point, and
Oh,
that's a pain
yeah.
in the ass.
Yeah.
Like at least with Netflix, I can stop 8 minutes into an episode and then pick up
But
where I left off.
Netflix has a limit, though. I think after you watch 8 shows
Mm-hmm.
and don't fulfill them, everything starts over.
Okay.
Because I know Netflix, after a while, they'll be like, "No, you're frying the system." Mm-hmm.
But even then, I don't see myself-
The memory cache does have. A
I don't
limit.
see myself watching all those at a time. I'm just saying if I'm bored one night and I put on like WCW Hog Wild,
Right. I
And
don't know
it's
why you
like-
would, but yeah.
and it's like, okay, I watch like an hour of it, I go to sleep. I want to watch the next hour
next
tomorrow,
morning, yeah.
or like if I'm at work, I want to
Totally
watch
agree.
it during my lunch break.
But I know it was a few weeks ago. It was an interview with Stephanie. She said that they're trying to add a suggested and a watch history,
Okay,
and they did not mention a. How would you call that? Stop and play?
yeah.
A play. I don't know.
I mean, I think I would like that more than a watch history and a fucking suggested.
I would like a suggested, because what if I'm watching a bunch of old school stuff, like the house shows?
But I feel like
And the one
there's
I
not
missed
that
pops
much
up.
that you can like. I mean, it's not like Netflix where you
They're
have
missing
like.
a few house shows, let me tell you, especially from the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
They're missing a few.
I mean, it's not like Netflix where there's just like a shitload of stuff. Like this is just wrestling. Like okay, I want a pay-per-view.
Right.
WCW,
Bam.
WWE, ECW.
Bam.
Oh, pick the year. Okay, 97. All 12 or whatever from that
I
year
mean,
there.
they are missing some AWA and WCCW specials.
AWA is on the. They don't even have any AWA
That's
yet.
what I'm saying. They're missing it.
Yeah.
They're missing the first 3 super clashes, and the second one is very good.
Yeah.
Well, only because it has Lawler and Von Erich,
Mm-hmm.
but that's missing. That's really good. They're missing. I'm surprised. Who owns the Smoky Mountain Library? Don't they? I think they do.
Think so. I mean, I don't think they want to throw everything out at once.
No, but I'm just saying like shit that they won't lose money on it.
Mm-hmm.
They won't lose money on AWA pay-per-views.
Yeah.
There's only 4 of them, if that. Like, come on. You know? I don't know. I do feel like the pay-per-views is the biggest selling point, current and old.
Yeah.
Everything else is eh. The original content's getting better,
Yeah.
but I do think that my biggest nuisance with the network right now is the
That Monday Night Wars show looks pretty good.
incohesiveness of the live stream.
The Monday Night Wars doesn't start till August though.
They moved it?
That was when the network first premiered. It said coming in August.
Oh, did
they
they?
would show
Oh.
commercials like between shows.
That sucks. That's a 1-season show, though.
Yeah.
That's a 1-season show. But I
How do you
mean,
think that one's gonna? Is it gonna? You think that's gonna be more like a Mania Rewind where they focus on
I see that going by year.
by year?
They're gonna do 95, 96. That's my guess. Either by year or by month.
But at the same time, like okay, 95. They started late 95. I don't see them.
So what? You want them to chronicleize episodes?
Not episodes, but maybe like the major moments or like.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't think of a format for that fucking show.
Because it's like okay, you're gonna spend an hour focusing on 95 for those 3 months, but then you're gonna give the same amount of time to 96,
And then
97. I feel like those you can
Plus,
split up.
remember they were both tanking until the NWO.
Yeah, I feel like those you can split up maybe into like quarters or maybe.
I mean, not tanking, but they were both doing bad, and WWE was winning until the NWO thing started.
Yeah,
So
and then they were
They
winning
probably-
until the
so if
like
they do
Austin
s-
thing blew up.
if they do start anywhere, I guess
They'll probably
the
briefly
July
discuss
Nitros-
like the. I mean, the only big things from '95 were Luger and Alondra.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's all that happened was just the shock value
And I don't think WWE has anything big in '95.
at that time. No.
Brett's the champion, right? Brett and Nash,
Well, I think Brett won it from Nash in November,
right?
and then they were pushing
Because
for
it's
Shawn.
not like they're going to talk about why Diesel left.
That one might get into like if they get into like the curtain call and then the NWO.
Yeah. Did you read the interview about the current call?
Yeah.
That was really good. That was a really good interview. That was really good. But I can't. I mean, there's tons of different ways you can play around with that. I'm sure when we see the show, we will be pleased, though.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been, like, disappointed with any of the original shows they've come up with.
Yeah, neither have I.
Any of them. Any of them at all. I mean, I'm just, again, the stream is my biggest pet peeve. And I hate the word pet peeve, so the fact that I've used that showcases my anger.
It's your pet peeve to say
Yeah,
that?
pet peeve is my pet peeve. That word itself is stupid to me. I think it's time for a break.
All right.
All right.
I mean, what else do we have to discuss?
I don't know.
Because I think we're almost at least an hour and a half.
We were doing like matinee shows, so an hour and a half is fine. Hour and a half is fine.
So you want to cut it or keep going?
We'll wrap with something.
All right.
We'll be back.
All right. I don't even know what song to play.
The Legends House theme.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Why
right.
not?
I do it better than you could ever. My feeling pressure, baby. And I gotta get out my way. Let the guy something to say. Never really stop playing the game. After all this time, to love the game. I do it better than you could ever. My feeling pressure, baby. And I gotta get out my way. Let the guy something to say. Never really stop playing the game. After all this time, to love the
And we're back.
All right. This is what came up on my dirt sheet, so I'm just gonna use this for conversation. The headline is WWE Hall of Famer believes CM Punk will return at this year's SummerSlam.
Who said that?
WWE Hall of Famer superstar Billy Graham noted in a recent Facebook entry that he believes CM Punk will return to the WWE at this year's SummerSlam. The question I have for you all, the question I have for all of you,
Is it a question that you have or he has?
that he has.
Okay.
I'm reading this as Billy Graham now. Baby, I'm the T-Bone. No, the question that was Dusty Rhodes. The question I have for all of you good fans out there is: when do you think we will see the return of CM Punk and why?
Rumble.
Say he will once again be in WWE ring by SummerSlam 2014. This is poorly written. Why? Because it's a perfect pay-per-view event and tons of time has passed since he left, and he doesn't want us to forget about him, does he? The man does bring a lot of talent to the table. Superstar.
I mean, like I predicted a few weeks ago.
I like your prediction better because it's
Rumble.
you.
I just think it's also the 1 year anniversary of him leaving.
Oh, I was going to say not SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, as far as being a guy that disappears and comes back and wins the Rumble, that's a pretty good track
Yeah, a
record.
year later on paper. Just real quick, JR's blog, and I think there's some notable things to put out there. WWE, he feels that WWE will end up staying with NBC Universal and they'll stay on the USA Network. One thing that he says that USA could do better to promote WWE, which I agree with.
Yeah.
I have always felt like USA has not promoted WWE enough, and I do think that Spike TV promoted WWE way better. And I do know that when TNA initially started, they were promoting the shit out of TNA. He feels that SmackDown should go live on Tuesdays.
Okay.
And that having them go live on Friday isn't friendly with their schedule or financially feasible. Do you agree with that? Because I do.
Yeah, because I never watched SmackDown.
Yeah, I think SmackDown.
I think
live
since
on
they've
Tuesday.
moved to Fridays, I've watched
even
it less.
worse.
Like when I watch
I don't
Thursday.
think they realize how that affects the fans.
I mean,
I
on
don't think
Thursday
they know.
on Thursdays it was also recorded, and I didn't know the spoilers. But if I knew something good was going to happen, I would catch it.
Yeah.
But now, like with it being Friday, I'm not concerned with watching. Like I'm considering there's already so much wrestling out there. Like I'm not SmackDown isn't a priority.
Once JBL lost the title, I didn't watch SmackDown again until Edge was a champion. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the internet to me has ruined SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. He says he has no desire to return to weekly pro wrestling announcing. He also finds that Cole, Layfield, and Lawler do not get the credit for their roles. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially Cole. He says,
Well, because Cole's pretty much a pitchman for everything going on. Like, he's also not only calling what's going on in the ring, but he has to promote the network, promote the app, promote
he busts his ass.
social media, promote Twitter.
A lot of the heat that Cole got from WWE fans was because he was replacing JR.
Mhm.
That was all. Did I think that was the time to put him on Raw? No. But the heat he got from fans was
Also,
because
the way that they went about it when they first did that draft and they switched them.
Yeah.
And JR didn't know about it.
Neither did Cole, though.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. He says the streak...
I mean, this is the same company that put a post-it on CM Punk's face.
I don't think that was done deliberately.
Really?
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
So
I don't.
Why was there a post-it on his face?
They're making a fucking note. I don't think that was done deliberately. I don't.
What a coincidence.
I
I'm going
do
to put
not-
a post-it on your face on this week's episode.
You should. I don't think it was done deliberately. I don't think it was done deliberately. I don't. How can showing his face have even ensued some sort of backlash? They
Well, it's
probably
Extreme Rules,
They
it's not
probably just
backlash.
made a footnote. Phil is sick today, and put it on his face. Who knows when that was recorded, Bosch?
Middle of March. It was March. They did say the date. It was like late March, middle of March.
You're just talking coincidence. Okay. Anyway. And essentially in his blog...
Be a star. They need to be a star.
Essentially in his blog, he just says, if the streak is dead, you should move on.
Pretty much.
Which I agree with, because people are still hung up on it.
Ooh.
I think people are still hung up on it. People at my job are still talking about it, saying it was a bad thing. People at Ace were talking about it. Friends of mine texted me and shit.
Well, all I have to say to them is...
Go for it.
Where the hell is
number
it?
one fan, Paul.
My client, Brock
I was the only one that wasn't... Well,
Lesnar,
not the only one, but I was
conquered
upset
the
by streak.
streak.
I wasn't upset either.
My client, Brock Lesnar, conquered the streak. My client, Brock
think it should've been
Lesnar,
Brock?
conquered the streak.
We can argue about that all day, but I was fine.
I mean, who else
I
would-
was fine with it being Brock.
Brock
I was
It makes
genuinely
sense.
fine with it.
It makes sense.
conquered
And you know
the
what, at the end of the
streak.
day, and you said it on the
My
show.
client,
What if they pick
Brock
somebody
Lesnar,
and then that guy doesn't
conquered
deliver?
the
Look at
Yeah.
CM Punk a year later. He's not there.
Exactly. I mean, at least Brock, he has... Like I said, he has that UFC background, so he's a legitimate fighter.
Everyone should just move on. There are boats and planes missing, and you're still talking about the streak.
Yeah.
All right? That's it. It's over. Taker's over. He's got to start over like Goldberg did in the Vince Russo era. That's it.
Then he's going to lose to Buff and Luger.
He's going to lose to Buff and Luger.
With, what's his name? The little Buddy Lee Parker. What was the guy's name?
Oh, yeah, that was it. Sergeant Budley Parker.
Okay.
Who I heard was one of the biggest assholes
Yeah.
ever. And he just looked it. Like, guys just reek of it. He just looked like an asshole. So, yeah. Oh, man. Well, folks.
4lifepodcast.com. Go teesprings.com
Teesprings.com.
/ 4lifepodcast.
I love those guys, and I love the fact that they have the official For Life Podcast t-shirt. And guess what?
It came up. Did it come up on my newsfeed? It came up the Teesprings Facebook, but it was the ad for our shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe because it was connected to my
I
account
saw
that
you
it came
put
up.
that on the podcast account. I don't have them on Facebook.
I didn't have Teespring either. It came up as a suggested like. I mean, maybe because
Then
it was connected to my account.
I'm sure they're going to promote it because, you know.
Yeah.
So, if you're a fan... What is it? Ali90? What is his name?
He said he told us on Twitter he wasn't going to get one.
Why?
Maybe he just likes to favorite our tweets.
Is that his name? Ali90?
Ali H. Ali.
Ali H. Ali, whatever. How can you not get a t-shirt? You retweet all of our tweets. You claim to listen. You write to us. We invite you on the fucking show, and you don't want a damn t-shirt? Dude, free shipping. I'll fucking bring it to you.
Where is he? I don't know where the fuck he lives.
I don't give a shit. He should get a t-shirt. Fuck the Ali90. Or whatever he is. Oh, that's upsetting.
Yeah.
What? No good piece of shit. No, that upset me.
Yeah.
Our biggest Twitter fan doesn't want to get. Does Princess Melly have a shirt?
I don't know. She's your fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna write to her right now. Princess Melly, get a T-shirt. Anyway, Springtees.com. What did I say right?
Teesprings.
Teesprings.com.
I'll put the link on the.
Yeah. Teesprings.com/4Life Podcast. T-shirts come in small, medium, large, extra large, double extra large.
Hoodies.
Come in a long sleeve. They come in a hoodie. They come in the women's T-shirts as well. Dude, get the 4Life T-shirt.
Buy the shirt.
That was a hard sell. Buy the shirt. I come to your house. I come down your chimney. I burn your presents. Something. What is her name?
Who?
What is it? Princess Melly on this thing? I'm tweeting her right now. Did you give her the autograph?
Huh?
Does she have the autograph?
It's in my house, yeah. I haven't given it to her.
Oh, but she's getting it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
She'll get it when she buys the shirt.
4Life Podcast
And her fiance, too.
T-shirt.
They got like 25 shirts at Mania.
You bought 25 shirts at Mania. And a belt,
Yeah.
which he was walking around with through the barbershop window. And a belt. You can support your big brother and
Bosh.
me. Or else. Tweets sent.
All right, folks.
4Life Podcast. Follow us on Facebook. Facebook.com/4Life Podcast. On Twitter @4Life Podcast. Instagram, our handle @4Life Podcast. Follow me on Twitter. I can use the help. @Ravishing Jones. On Instagram, Ravishing Jones. Follow my man Bosch like he fucking needs it. You can find him at.
I am the Bosh.
That's on Twitter, right?
And Instagram.
And on Instagram. He actually got the same name for once. He did it like me. So follow us. Be friends with us. Look, dude, I'm not going to say out loud how many followers I have because it's fucking sad. But follow us on these social media things. Send us an email. I'll send you some free stuff. Not a t-shirt, but I'll send you some free stuff. Memorabilia, 8x10s, autographs, diaries, journals, buttons. Who doesn't love buttons? Are you a pin trader? I'm not either, but I'll send you a pin. Something like that. All right, I'm done, Bosh.
All right. Till next week.
Till next week, folks.
When you're listening to your podcast, you're listening to it
For life.
You two want to take a horsey ride?
Uh-oh, Tony.
Sure, but first we'll start with a complete breakfast, including my vitamin pack Frosted Flakes. They bring out the tiger in you.
We'll see how good you are.
Frosted Flakes good? They're great!
Show 'em you're a tiger. Show 'em what you can do.
Go, tiger!
Taste